Me a little bit self-conscious.
Yes, you should be. That's the only reason why I'm doing this, man. I'm just like, you know what? This is going to be a competition, kind of like Lenny versus Skenny or whatever. Anyways, those two people that would fight it out.
Kenny versus Benny.
Kenny versus Benny. Yes.
Come on,
Lenny.
that is a piece of Canadian heritage right there.
Yeah, I know. I know. All right. So last week, I was unimpressed with the fact that you were late. I didn't have time to tell my joke.
So you got twice as much time now to tell jokes?
That no, dude, that's not funny.
2xing the jokes?
Yeah. Listen, first of all, everybody, I'm excited about today's show. Going to start at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. So just come on in, say hi in the restream, in the chats wherever you happen to be watching this, because it's nice to know that you're out there. Yeah, I had a joke, and we didn't have time. Hey, David, good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So anyways, because, it's kind of a tradition, a little bit of a tradition, small tradition. It's not a consistent tradition. But
that's a serious tradition.
Yes. Okay. So do you want?
I'm bracing myself.
Okay. Do you want the, pretty okay one, or do you want the long one, which is going to be horrible?
I want the exceptional one that's going to have me on my ass on the floor, just dying.
Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, you know what? This is something for you to, everybody who's watching, David, and you, this is something to send to somebody when they're really having a tough time. Things are really kind of grinding forward, and this is an important message. So this is the message of a little snail who had a dream. Okay, this snail wanted to be a Formula One racer. Okay, so you can picture this snail, a small snail, wants to be this Formula One racer, wants to be zooming and wants basically to win the trophy. So one day this snail decides, I'm going to do it. I believe in myself. I'm just going to do it, and decided to enter the race. So the snail painted the side of their snail with racing stripes, right? This tiny, tiny little snail doing this. Painted the side with racing stripes and put a number 2 on the side of his snail, or her snail, sorry, of her snail. And because loved Kawhi Leonard, the NBA basketball, just loved, and said, you know what, I'm going to be the Kawhi Leonard of Formula One racing. And so goes to the racetrack, comes on the side of the starting line. Nobody can see the snail, right? Because you've got all these massive Formula One race cars getting ready to go. And so the flag waves, or the ding, 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 ding waves, and everything starts just going, all these screeching tires, and these cars shoot off, right? And the snail starts going. Nobody sees the snail, of course. They're all watching these massive cars. The snail is a little tiny thing on the side of the road. And so, and then all of a sudden, somebody swerves, and every single car crashes. And there's a big explosion. But the snail keeps going. Nobody sees the snail. Everybody's looking at the crash. And then suddenly the cameraman sees out of the corner of eye this little movement on the ground, and then shifts the camera over and focuses down, and on the big screen, this little tiny snail shows up, and everybody sees the stripes and the number 2 on the snail. And it's going, and then catches up to the cars, and the crowd is going nuts. Like, what's going on here? Keeps going, passes the cars, it's in the lead, and the announcer is roaring and says, "Oh my God, this too shall pass." This too shall pass. You're not on the floor. This too shall pass.
I'm letting it hit me.
This. So, all right. Okay, that's it. I don't have anything else left in me, man.
I love the drama and the enthusiasm that went into that.
Okay. All right. Let's do the show. Multisensory marketing.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show that supports small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
All right, that's it. We are live with COVID Marketing episode number 132, the show that supports you to survive and to thrive every Tuesday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. If you have questions on marketing or business or well, whatever, you let us know in the comments, wherever you find folk are seeing this. I am Brent Kobayashi, president of Kobayashi Zeitguys, a marketing agency here in Toronto, Canada. And with me is Mr. Arthur Tutt, the marketing specialist at the KZ.
And if you're thinking right now, this too shall pass, make sure you like and subscribe so that you never miss one of these fine shows.
All right. Dude, actually, you know what? I think I like to do this show just because I get to do like monster truck announcement.
Yeah.
I need to get that out of my system. Okay. All right. Let's do this. What's up for today, Mr. Arthur Tutt?
So I was just getting distracted by David's comment there of thinking of Kirby references. David, do you mean Kirby like the Kirby Kirby, the like big pink balloon girl thing?
We're not getting the reference.
Kirby?
Kirby? I know what you're talking. You're talking about
where were you in the 90s?
The Nintendo game, right? That goes and can eat different things and spit them out and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, the pink thing that eats things.
Nah, that's not the reference he's talking about, dude.
What is he talking about?
He's talking about something far more hip than we are.
No, the car movie from the 60s. All right, well, I'm out of my element here. So today we're talking about some cool stuff from the marketing world, and we've got multisensory marketing. And
yes,
Brent, that's a big word. That's a name drop. That's an alliteration. Can you fill us in and tell us basic people what we need to know about multisensory marketing?
Okay, so I'm going to show you some stuff in a moment, but this just completely, obviously, you know, actually, let me just show you this. I'm going to walk you through the steps that I went through, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. We need to talk to people about this. So this is like this is what I call innovation. So, okay, let me just share my screen. And here we go. Let's just share my screen. Okay. You can see my screen, Mr. Arthur Tutt.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Maggie, our senior sales and marketing manager, sent this to me the other day. Sent us a PDF, a download. So basically what she was saying is, hey, take a look at this. And what she did was, so this is sorry, I'm getting too excited about this. So Octane AI company, they put out white papers. It's a standard marketing thing to do. In this particular case, it's like how to do marketing fuel for your e-commerce brand is what they do. And what she sent to us was this thing over here. So you see here download the e-commerce personalization playbook for marketers.
Yes. That's
what she did. So if you want to get this e-commerce personalization playbook for marketers, I'm going to give them a shout out here because I'm so happy with the innovation that they showed me, which I'll show you in a sec. Go to octaneai.com. On the right side, download the e-commerce personalization playbook for marketers. And then, so this is the playbook over here.
Side tangent question. Does it bother you that their URL is octaneai.com as opposed to octane.ai?
No, .com's still good. And maybe Octane.ai actually work. Yeah, let's try it. Octane.ai.
That's
No,
here, no good. Name
they should
cheap.
get it.
Gotta buy it.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for the side tangent. But no, it doesn't bother me as a marketer. OctaneAI.com is good. In fact, .com is still the thing you want this day and age. Although you on the blockchain domains are coming, so that might be interesting. But that's a different show. We're doing this show. We're doing multi-sensory market. Anyways, so this e-commerce personalization playbook for marketers. It's just basically a big PDF, right? Downloaded it. This isn't what got me excited. What got me excited is as I was going through this, table of contents, great table of contents, awesome. Intro personalization is the future of e-commerce, forward by their CEO or the CEO of Sharma Brands. And then, whoa.
Before you start.
Yes. Before you start, we made you a playbook playlist. So you've got this playbook that you're going to read, and you mentioned it's like 500 pages. Like there's a lot of effort that went into this. And so they're like, listen to this now. So you can sit here, you can click on listen now on Spotify, and it jumps over to Spotify, and there you go. My Spotify's, here you go. So now I can just like play this. I'm going to pause it right now because I don't know. I don't want to get hit with the demonetization or whatever it is. But they've got a playlist. Dude.
They have a music playlist.
Yes.
Which has a theme to it, I noticed.
Well, yes, it's all about e-commerce. So they've got all the, the money, can't buy me love, material girl, if I had $1 million, being caught stealing. So
it's all about the Benjamins.
Yeah. What's all about the Benjamins? What's that?
All about the.
Oh, it's right here. There you go. All about the Benjamins, Money Talks, AC/DC, ABBA.
Classic.
Yes. Here. There, yes, of course. So, anyways, I was just like, this is so good. So number one, this is why video works, and but just the way people remember things, they remember them. Some people like audio, some people like video, some people tend towards reading, so that people learn in different ways, right? And people absorb in different ways. It's one of the reasons why, what is it, Montessori? Like just you got to get experiential. Like not everybody just wants to read. I personally like reading. Like if you were to give me instructions or written instructions that are laid out with good headlines, I'd rather go to the written rather than watch the video because the video takes too long for me. I like to scan, but other people would prefer video. So anyways, this thing is like, you know what? We're going to give you this playbook and let's just give you some tunes to get you into the playbook, which is very memorable. Now, these ones are all kind of, we're just going to give you a bunch of money songs, which is fine. I think you could actually sort of set the tone and the mood of whatever it is you're trying to communicate with another person. Say, listen, if you're a financial planner, this goes perfectly for financial planner. Here's your financial planning stuff, and I've put together a playlist for you. Right? This is kind of review it, and it could be. It doesn't have to be, money from ABBA. It can be because that brings a smile to a person's face, but it could also be, sort of inspirational dreams that you've got and all that stuff, especially if you've gotten to know the person. Like if you know the person's a Rush fan and you're sending them something like a proposal, by the way, we should have done this. Now they know this, we should have done this with Andrews because we sent him a proposal, Arthur. Right? We sent them some materials. I said, it's just been like, hey, and we may put together a great playlist for you. Immediate connection, both with the material that you're given, as well as the, if the person's listening to it while they're reading it, it put a person in a certain mood. Like that's why when you go into a shopping mall or stuff like that, they've got music playing because they want you in a specific mood. So smell, sound, all of this. And the thing with this thing is, normally when you do that kind of stuff, you have to pay royalties. This is my Spotify. I'm paying for this Spotify, or I'm listening to ads for it. So this Octane company does not have to pay for the licensing on this. But there's so many opportunities here to pull. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
So I love that idea of especially doing like a one-on-one personalization, where it's like, you know, the specific person who's going to be receiving it, and you put together a collection of songs that, like, you know, it's like, yeah, this person is going to love these songs. I think that I think that adds a really really unique twist.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, when you're go back to financial planners, because financial planners are always talking about what's your dream. Because it could be, you know, okay, I know that your dream is that you want a house, that you want to be able to travel and go on vacation. Where would you like to travel and go on vacation? Because we really need to make this a reality. Great, you want to go to South Africa, then you put some dance, salsa, whatever music that would associate with where this person wants to go. And now here's your financial plan. Read it. Yes. Everything. Okay. Sorry, what were you saying, Arthur?
So, I mean, I love the idea of, I don't know if I want to use the word primer, but I love the idea of, like, yeah, getting people into a good mood, that it's almost like, hey, before you read this document, you know, throw in a few songs that are going to get you in a good mood. Grab a glass of wine or something, right? It's like, all right, take a little break, relax a little bit. Let's get you in a good mood, and then let's get into this, because we got some good stuff here.
Yeah. So into a good mood. Listen, we're all dealing with different things. And so usually when there's a proposal coming across the desk, it's forward thinking. Usually, right? Because you're selling something that somebody wants to get to. So that person could be taking a look at that proposal in any state. Could be in the very forward thinking mode, or in the this just happened mode. And so just kind of giving the person a sense. This is one reason why a good presenter will actually get the crowd into their space, whatever that happens to be. It could be by telling that joke at the beginning, which makes the mind go, you know, that's why we laugh, is because it kind of catches two opposite ends, which is usually what a joke's about, like the one at the beginning of the show. Although I'd argue that was there too in some respects. So you're always wondering, but if it's just sent to them and they're reading it at whatever point in their day that's at. And so say, hey, listen, we put together a playlist for you. Then all of a sudden it sort of interrupts that flow, brings them more present to what this is actually about. If you can make it personal, holy cow, next level. So relevant, obviously, to the topic, but personal, man, that just knocks it through the roof. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. That's multisensory market. That's the only topic I wanted to talk about on this show today. Well, I have one other thing I think I'd like to share. But any last ideas on this one, man?
I had one more thought that's kind of related to the idea. And again, it's a little bit touchy, you know, depending on the, like, you know, industry, regulation, government, anything like that. But I was just noticing, like a client of ours recently got an email from them that they were doing a live whiskey tasting. And the idea was that if you registered for it, they would send you a shipment, a sample of the whiskey tasting in the post. And so I'm almost thinking now again of, like, combining multi-sensory, and you send, here's a playlist, we're sending you a nice, you know, sample of something, enjoy, get in a good mood, you know, we want you to have a good time when you're reading this.
Definitely. And you definitely want to layer in with that one some sort of smell. Whiskey can have its own smell, so that could be part of it, but also something else that would contribute to that. And all of a sudden you've now, listen, what do we do? I mean, the whole reason you have a logo is so when people keep on seeing you again and again, and you do marketing touch points, 19 touch points before, 30 touch points before you buy a car, all that kind of stuff. You slowly build up a level of a relationship with that brand. And so this is just taking it to a whole nother level. And so, yeah, I could see doing that sort of thing. It's like, listen, so not just here, high value, I guess. Here's the thing, and here's the whiskey that
And
goes
we're
along
sending you
with the
we're sending you
playlist.
Uber
We're sending
Eats.
the whole thing. Yes. But yeah, why not? Yeah, and then again, it becomes even more and more personal when you do that sort of thing. Yeah. I have one last thing I want to share with you, which is on a completely different, like this is not marketing, or it's kind of businessy in a sense, because it's life, and business is people. Business is a big part of our life. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. So it's a new thought that I've never heard before. I love personal development. For me, it's like naturopath to general practitioner, which is naturopath is a little bit more preventative and what's going on with your day-to-day life. Personal development, meditation, all that kind of stuff is kind of like a similar kind of thing where it just becomes something you continuously do. And this meditation from, it was a little moment snippets that Sam Harris puts out on his meditation app. He calls it Waking Up. And the concept was, think about your future self. And what do you think about your future self? How much do you care about your future self? Right? Oftentimes we look back maybe at our younger selves and when we were young, and we want to give our inner child a little bit of love, but what kind of love do you want to give your future self? And so what kind of decisions are you making today, right now, that are loving decisions for that future self? So I was like, oh, that's freaking brilliant. How much do I love Brent this afternoon? Right? And, well, a heck of a lot, because I'm amazing, and
A heck of a lot, of course.
a heck of a lot. And so what am I going to do now that's going to have Brent this afternoon feel awesome? Like, what gift can I give this future self? And then I was like, oh, okay, I can meditate, I can eat well, I can do a little bit of exercise, I can do all of these things, which usually in the moment you're like, oh, this is going to be good because in the future I'm going this way, I want to achieve something else. But just this idea of doing this as a gift to the person you will be in an hour or a day or a week or a month, it blew my mind. And I thought, I got to share this. More people need to hear this. I had never heard this. And I've been doing this stuff for pretty intensely for the last 3 or 4 years.
So the idea here is like show love to your future self.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Like literally, Arthur, this evening.
So is that like,
what decision would you make now, or not make, or choose differently, that would say like, oh, okay, this is a gift to the person that I love, who I will be this evening?
is that like when you go to bed at a reasonable time because you love, your morning self?
Yes, absolutely. I love my morning self. I'll go to bed at a reasonable time.
Didn't Seinfeld have like a routine about that?
Did he?
Yeah, I think it's like you've got morning guy and you've got night guy, and like morning guy is like, I hate night guy. He like keeps me up all the time.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we're all about vague references to past cultural things. It wasn't wasn't Kirby the car, it was Herbie the car. Thank you very much you got that right. I remember Herbie the car, a little car that could, Disney movie. Yes. So vague cultural references is our jam. All right, dude. I think that's it.
Let's call it a wrap, and let's
call it a wrap. Let's wrap that one.
Let's cut it.
Nice, super nice.
You've tuned in to COVID Marketing with Brent Kobayashi and Arthur Tutt, the show to support small business not just to survive, but to thrive.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us for the talk about multisensory marketing. Sorry.
Throw in the bass drop.
Just got it. That was the monster truck bass drop. All right. So what interesting marketing stories have you seen recently? This is what this particular segment's all about. Let us know in the comments. Anything you've seen, like brands, stuff that people have been doing, you're like, wow, that was cool. It could be small business, could be something you see locally, it could be big business, it could be, of course, Ryan Reynolds. He does it all the time. Now, on next week's show, we will be getting into SEMrush and how to use it.
We're going to be diving in deep.
Yes. Dude, I'm looking at our script. After I say that, there's like yellow text on there. That's for you to do.
Oh, I've got a line.
You've got lines. You're missing your cue. Come on, man. Get it together.
We're back. Back in character. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday, and we will see you next week. And smooth